Today, I am going to talk about how an anime known as Trigun follows the epic hero's journey. The main character, known as Vash the Stampede's original world, starts in a siege ship, which is one of humanity's last chances of surviving. Vash and his brother Knives, who aren't exactly human but take the forms of them, live in the ship with a few humans who are alive while the rest are cryogenically frozen. This is where Vash meets his mentor, Rem. She's a loving, caring individual. Rem taught Vash about the value of life and about happiness, while Knives only cared about the vices of life and selfishness. This is where Vash and Knives began their lifelong feud. Vash and Rem were separated in the landing of the ship, though him and Knives were stuck together. The desert planet of Gunsmoke soon became Vash's new ordinary world, where he lived for 100 years in search of Knives to get revenge for causing his separation of Rem. After the landing, Knives and Vash spend almost a year searching for the remains of the ship that was their home for a short time. Once they find it, Knives creates two guns for Vash and himself. Vash hates the idea of killing people, so he begins to panic when he is handed the gun, and shoots Knives in the leg, then takes both guns and runs. He doesn't want to fight with anyone, especially his own brother. Vash keeps both guns to prevent trouble, that is, until he meets Knives again after 100 years of separation. In the city of July, Vash searched for the last person on Gunsmoke, who was related to Rem. He found the man he was looking for dead at the hands of Knives. In the ensuing gunfight, Knives shot off Vash's left arm, then activated the hidden device in Vash's gun, which caused the gun to fuse with Vash's arm, creating an angel arm, which is the first time Vash learned of his hidden potential. 20 years after the July City incident, Vash accumulated a $60 billion double-dollar bounty and his nickname of Vash the Stampede. He has to live every day on the run from bounty hunters. That is, until he meets two girls from the Bernardelli Insurance Society. The girls are forced by their boss to follow Vash. After a bit of traveling together, they all meet Wolfwood, a traveling preacher with a unique cross, a 12-pistol holder, machine gun, and missile launcher all in one. After many of their travels together, the group meets a man named Legato, who is Knives' #1 man while he heals from July City. Legato led a group of the planet's best mercenaries called the Gung-Ho Guns to test Vash's true limits. During one of Vash's battles with a Gung-Ho gun, Legato used his supernatural powers to activate Vash's angel arm. Vash had to force his arm to point up and away from his opponent to avoid killing the enemy. Even the residual energy from his attack reduced the city of Augusta to rubble. Once Vash healed from the attack, he found Legato and was put into a losing situation. Kill Legato and go against all of his morals, or let his friends, the insurance girls, die at the hands of people under Legato's mind control. He was forced to kill Legato. After Legato's death, Vash felt a new hatred towards Knives, which set him back on the road to finding him. Vash finally had the courage and new vigor to face his brother face to face. After the Legato incident, Vash had to separate from the insurance girls to keep them safe. Vash then proceeded to continue the rest of his journey to Knives alone, since Wolfwood died in combat with one of the Gung-Ho guns after Augusta. The journey, however, was very short. Once Vash finally met up with his brother, they jumped right into a gunfight with their angelic weapons after a short and sweet greeting. Both brothers were experienced shooters, which made this fight very interesting. After a few volleys of flying bullets, the brothers used their special abilities, their angel arms. They met at a stalemate until Knives found a way to take Vash's gun and use both angel arms. Vash almost perished until he remembered Wolfwood's crossgun next to him. Vash used the crossgun to disturb Knives' attack in order to take the guns away and take advantage of the situation to finally defeat Knives. Vash, after all he had been through, still couldn't kill his brother, so he knocked him out and carried his brother back to civilization so that he can care for his brother like Rem wanted. The ideal person, according to Trigun, is someone who is merciful and who will sacrifice his body and soul to help anyone. They don't kill and will judge people justly. Here are a few examples.
You can shoot me if that'll make you feel better. That is, if your big gun of yours isn't just for show.
Actually, I can't stand blood. Just the very sight of it makes me feel a little faint.
So those scars are the price you paid for dealing with your opponents without killing them.
Hold it right there. Well, Vash, it's time to choose your way to die. By a boomerang or do a suicide dive off a cliff.
Suicide?
To tell you the truth, I disapprove of suicide more than anything.